So before we started, we wanted to thank everyone for coming today. We have a very intimate situation here.
So my name is Raina.
And I'm Vina from year 11, and we lead the Green Origins Club in our school.
So the theme for our talk today is resonance, right? But what does that mean? Well, the Latin root for resonance is to speak again. Speaking of speaking and sounds, we have just the perfect example of one sound to show you guys what resonance means.
Yes, it is this sound.
It is the moaning, low vibration sound. Don't doubt yourselves. So the sound you've just heard is called the Schumann frequency. This is the frequency that Earth vibrates in. You cannot normally hear it or feel it because it vibrates at a really low rate of only 7.83 hertz. However, guess what? You are currently vibrating with the Earth. Right now, right here, constantly. So, why is this important? Yes, you are in resonance with the Earth, but why does that matter? Well, studies have shown that by tuning in with Earth's frequency, you gain some health benefits. You become more relaxed. You become more healing. You may even experience improvements in memory and learning.
Well, since our Earth has such a strong frequency, do you think that us humans, who only appeared billions of years after the Earth has formed, has the power to alter its frequency?
Usually, when a question like this is asked on a speech like today's, the answer would be yes. So now I want to ask you all a favor to raise your hand if you brought an electronic device to our speech today. It could be your iPad, your phone, your watch, your computer, etc. And that's a lot of devices, right? So did you know that these devices you were holding can emit invisible radiation that would mess up the vibration of Earth? So, again, the same question is asked. Why does this matter? You would say that, okay, one device, what difference could it cause? However, with the huge advancement in technology today, the impact of those inharmonious frequencies has been enlarged in a phenomenon named the electrosmog, disrupting the vibration of the Earth and preventing you from tuning in with that frequency when you're next to those devices. This could cancel out the health benefits that your resonance with Earth has casted on you. I know many of you have headaches or difficulty sleeping at night, right? Maybe IB and IG were not the only reasons for this, and perhaps your beloved phone should take part of the blame instead. Not only does the electrosmog harm your health, it also affects the environment around you. For example, by messing up Earth's vibrations, the electrosmog could also mess up the growth rate of plants and the lifestyle of birds that live around us.
Well, speaking of electronic devices, I also wanted to share something. A few weeks ago, my daily routine looked like this. So I would get myself out of bed, turn on my computer, turn on my iPad, plug in my ear pods, and sit there for a whole day with my eyes glued into the screen. Well, not to mention how much electrosmog I had probably generated every day. 2 short weeks of this kind of life completely drained out the humanity from me. Well, I'm pretty sure that many of you may have been in the same situation, right? What should you do when your entire life is surrounded by electronic devices? Well, something obvious and an easy start to this would be simply to turn them off when you don't necessarily need to use them. Calculations show that just by turning off your computer for 1 minute can save you 0.39 grams of carbon dioxide from being emitted into our atmosphere. Let's see. There are around 30 of you here today, maybe more. And if all of you had your electronics closed throughout our duration of our 15-minute speech, you would be saving a total of 585 grams of carbon dioxide from being emitted into the atmosphere and entering our systems. Sounds heroic. Well, then the question comes, like, what should you do without your electronics? How do you entertain yourself, like, without the help of reality shows, movies, online games, or social media? Well, I have a few recommendations, and the first of which is my personal favorite, tree hugging, which basically and literally means to step into the woods and hug a tree. When you wrap your arms around a tree, you can kind of feel the power stored within it. Trees are a product of nature, just like you, and you vibrate at the same frequency of a tree. To me, hugging the tree was kind of like a little escape from my chaotic and pressured life at school, and it brought me to my original state of peace. It completely cleared my mind. And sometimes I would wonder, maybe in my past life, I was a tree. Well, also, I would recommend playing some sports. Sports really do a really good job in connecting us with our bodies and the world around us. For example, I'm a swimmer. And being a swimmer, you have to swim like at least 4 hours every week. Sometimes when I dive deep enough into the water, like into the pool, I would feel my heart rate and my breathing rate start to slow down. That would make me really calm and really peaceful. And it made me really happy in the water. I think water is one of those things that make a connection between me and nature. And so do you. When you're playing sports, try to feel the sport. Try to feel how your body coordinates with the earth. Well, sometimes swimming would also make me think when I'm in the water. Maybe in my other past life, I was a sea creature, probably a fish. Now, maybe not all of us were like trees or fish in our past lives, but we were all at some point a part of nature. And that's why we should care. Electrosmog is only one of the thousands of problems we are causing to this earth. For example, our clothing industry is responsible for 897 million tons of carbon dioxide emission per year. This is mainly caused by the manufacturing of new clothes and the disposal of out-fashioned ones. But we can actually do something to help, simply just by reusing or donating your unwanted secondhand clothes. Our club initiated this project last year called the Pillow Project, where we basically just collected secondhand clothing from people and then we redesigned them and changed them to become these fluffy, cute pillows, which, by the way, you can find lying around the library. Also, our current waste treatment system is responsible for 170 million tons of carbon dioxide emission per year. This is mainly because all residue waste, if not recycled, eventually land into landfills or incineration chambers, which both equally contribute to global warming. But you can do something to change this, just by throwing your trash in the right trash bin. Sounds pretty easy. Our club is working on another project aimed to change the design of our recycling bins and other trash cans to make sure everyone can clearly understand which trash belongs in which bin. We also do some weekly collecting of garbage to make sure that no garbage is misplaced, like this kind. Okay, well, you may think that those efforts may be small, even insignificant, but when everyone does the same thing at the same time, we may eventually find that our combined power is much greater than the sum of our individual parts. Well, poet Wendell Berry once said, "The earth is what we all have in common." Every living thing on this earth, from snowy owls from the ice of the North Pole to spiny-tailed lizards that live in the Sahara Desert, all share the same heartbeat. They depend on us just as much as we depend on them. And when you think to yourself, oh, what can I do to change this problem? Well, as the mechanisms of resonance state, as long as we can all do something small together we can create something huge. You should learn, like, every time if you're feeling worried, anxious about the busyness of the city or like your academic lives, maybe pay more attention to this 4.54 billion year old living right beneath us. Listen to our earth, feel our earth, and resonate with our earth. You can change the world, 1 hertz at a time. Thank you.